What the heck is Xbox up to in 2018? That has been a question that we've asked for quite some time, and frankly, about way more than 2018. It's been for the last number of years. What the heck is Xbox up to? Where are their exclusives, and what is their first-party lineup gonna do to help push some units? You know, they've got the specs with the Xbox One X, but you really need games to back that up, and while they do have the third-party hits, just as the other consoles do, exclusives seem to mean a lot within at least the hardcore circles. There's a very interesting document that came out recently that is from a notable leaker, and I'll right off the bat tell you, he has some reputability because of the fact that in 2016 he basically called their entire E3 show, and it was from a similar source. He is pulling this information from an Xbox Live API SDK. The guy's name is Kilobrile, and he is on Reset Era now. He still says he has access to an internal system where project entries are stored. Now, these projects could be canceled, they could be, you know, just placeholders, but he seems to think they're real, and he did it in a very interesting way. He revealed all of these upcoming Xbox One exclusives through a story of sorts. He says things like, I would love to revisit Albion. Project name could be Wisdom. A UK studio should do it. And obviously that is a reference to Fable 4, and he thinks that Fable 4 is being developed by the Forza Horizon developer Playground Studios, which is really interesting. We know that they are working on an open world AAA RPG, but that's a pretty interesting fit. And bringing Fable back, I think, would bring some fans back. I don't know that the game, you know, has mega appeal anymore, but that would be cool. By the way, it's Playground Games, not Playground Studio. And they also apparently are working on another Forza Horizon that is set in Japan, according to this dude. And he says, I would love to play around with Miss Dark again. The Coalition should definitely help if it's a third-person game, I mean. Not them alone, obviously, leading us to believe that there is a new Perfect Dark in the work with the Coalition as at least co-developers. They are the people that made Gears of War 4, so they know what they're doing. I really like that game. Not sure that Perfect Dark is a franchise that I want to revisit, though, but maybe some people do. He says that Crackdown 3 has a 4-player co-op campaign now after all of the delays and all of the time developing. He also says that he would love to play Age of Empires 4 soon, but it's probably still super early. Now, Age of Empires 4 was confirmed and revealed at Gamescom 2016, but we don't know if he's referring to the PC version of the game or an Xbox One version. He also says that, I think Phil likes mechs, so that is to be taken as an up-and-coming Mech Assault project. Last Mech Assault game came out in 2004 for the OG Xbox, but it does kind of coincide and go along with the theory and the idea that Microsoft is, and Phil Spencer is, diving back into the record books and looking to pull from Microsoft's old portfolio and kind of bring back some franchises that make them have some properties. I personally think that this is not necessarily the best idea. I think that they should, you know, obviously revisit some. He does say, I would love to have a really high player count for Xbox's biggest franchise, which people take to mean a Halo game with a huge multiplayer mode or with a huge new style of competitive gameplay, which could be cool, and we do seem to be due for a new Halo. But I personally think that they should be bringing new IP into the fold. Look at Horizon Zero Dawn. That game was brilliant. It was my game of the year, and it was absolutely a phenomenal PlayStation 4 exclusive. Bloodborne, yes, it's kind of a continuation from Dark Souls, but it is a new IP that is exclusive to PS4. And Spider-Man, an old IP, I guess, but a new franchise. Days Gone, a new franchise. Detroit Become Human, it is part of David Cage's Masterwork series, but it is a brand new idea and a brand new world. I wish Microsoft would do more of that. You know, to me, Sunset Overdrive, one of my favorite games of the generation. It's a brand new IP, and it was an awesome Xbox One exclusive. Definitely my personal favorite Xbox One exclusive. I don't know that Forza over and over again and revisiting Perfect Dark and revisiting Mech Assault is going to do much for Microsoft, but at least it's really good to see that they are, if we're to believe this leak, trying to bring out some guns. I don't know if they're big guns, I don't know if they're beneficial guns, but they're trying to bring out some guns. He says in closing that I doubt I get anything for Conquer, Banjo, or Crimson Skies in the foreseeable future. So anyone that hoped that we'd see any of those franchises, nada. So the takeaways here: Fable, Perfect Dark, Forza Horizon Japan, a new Halo with a whole lot of multiplayer player count, Mech Assault, Age of Empires 4 no time soon, and Crackdown 3 having 4-player co-op. I think Crackdown 3 having 4-player co-op is pretty cool. I will bluntly say that what I've played of Crackdown thus far has been very disappointing and very boring. I feel like, again, that's the risk run with a lot of these games. Fable, Perfect Dark, and Mech Assault, they're games of yesteryear, and unless you're going to dramatically mix up the formula, I don't know that they pull a lot of critical acclaim or a lot of sales. I think that they would need to be dramatically reassembled and revitalized in a big way. You know, we saw that Assassin's Creed had a lot of success with kind of flipping Origins around, and that wasn't even a total departure from the past, but it was the best received both critically and by fans Assassin's Creed in years, and that worked well for them. So there is a chance that you could do something a little different and kind of tilt these franchises to a way that fits 2018 better, but personally, I don't like this strategy. What do you think about it? Do you think it's cool that they would be bringing back Fable, Perfect Dark, Mech Assault, or do you think that they should really look to start working on some new stuff? I mean, they're very committed to Halo, they're very committed to Gears, that's fine. I don't think you necessarily need to be committed to franchises that were created 2 console cycles ago, though, and that would be the case for all of these. Perfect Dark, even before that. Fable is the one that, like, okay, if they were able to do something cool, I would probably be interested, because Fable 2 I liked. Fable 3 was okay. I did like Fable 2 though, so I would check out a Fable 4 if it had some exciting new ideas, and maybe bringing in a completely different developer in Playground Games would give it that new breath of life. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. Would this be a good year if Microsoft did have Sea of Thieves, State of Decay 2, Crackdown 3, Forza Horizon 4, Perfect Dark, Fable, Mech Assault, and some Halo thing, whether it's just a standalone giant Warzone mode, or if it's a new Halo, or who knows, would that be a cool year for you? Or do you really think, like I do, that Microsoft needs to start venturing into uncharted territory? Not literally, but in that vein of like bringing us some new franchises, letting these developers and letting their studios kind of go a little crazy and kind of get a little creative. I think that really is when games blossom, and you now have this brilliantly powerful system in Xbox One X, so let people take new ideas and go to town with that. Let them utilize the new architecture and the new specs list to let their minds run wild. I think that would be the better strategy, but let me know your take in the comments down below. Thanks so much for watching. Have a fantastic day. I love you all, and until next time, for myself, Ghost Robo, drink some hot chocolate. Thanks again, and we will see you all later.